please introduce yourself.
My name is Vera Maguire. I'm born in the Netherlands, Europe, and I started working with clay 25 years ago.
Have you taught? Are you currently teaching?
I had a studio in Holland for 10 years, and I had 24 students every week and children who came over. It was a lot of fun. And then 10 years ago, we moved back to Ventura, and I started my home studio in my backyard. And I teach at home because of COVID. Because of COVID, I couldn't teach at the Ojai Pottery School in Ojai. And then I started to make a home Duchess studio in my backyard, and it's been a great success, very fulfilling. And I teach private students throwing or hand building, sometimes a workshop, and I love to work in my backyard. It's very zen.
When and why did you fall in love with this art form?
I've always been hands-on during my travels. I traveled a lot. I worked in the tourist business for a long time, so it was always drawing or painting. Always being creative. I did stained glass window, and I went to Ventura College for ceramics with Myra Toss. He was my first teacher, and I was hooked. I was hooked, and it never went away.
And what is your education, your background?
Well, in the Netherlands, they have a 4-year ceramic school. So the first year you learn how to draw, and the second year you do hand building. The third year you learn how to make your glaze. And then the fourth year, it binds all together, and then you make your presentations, and then you get your certificate, yes or no. Mm-hmm. And then you can start your own little studio.
And how do you find inspiration?
Well, it's very weird. I'm a very early riser, and then, or during class, or during my morning wake up, I think like, oh, maybe I can do it this way, or maybe I can do it this way, or maybe I should do this week. So I always have like a dream, a little morning wake up call on ceramics. I'm always thinking about ceramics. Love it. Love ceramics. Happy clay, happy people.
Is your personality reflected in your art?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I cannot just make a bowl. I always have to alternate it, or I like to make figures sitting on something, and my vases, it always have to be a dot or a stamp, or to make it more unique. It will never be a simple straight on piece. Never ever.
Tell me about this nickname, Duchess.
The Duchess. Well, you know the Queen and the King. Well, that's a little bit too much, right? So the Duchess is the Duchess, is without the T. So because I'm Dutch, we put the T in it, and you say Duchess. But it is really the Duchess without the T. So it is a little bit a word game.
And tell me about your playfulness, your creativity, the way that your pieces have this specific flavor. Yes. Anyone who sees a piece of yours knows it's yours, like nobody else's.
That's right.
Tell me about that. Yeah. Like, what is this interest?
Well, I love figures. Female figures is my favorite. I love to make the woman body. And during all those years, you explore more, and then you get more whimsical sometimes. And then and now I'm doing more with wires and beads on them to make it more unique. And I'm so happy that I'm in OVA. It was always my dream to be in a real gallery. And because if I go to a ceramic gallery, they're all pots and pots. And I don't belong there. And I knew when I saw OVA, when I came back, we always came here on vacation when we were living in the Netherlands. When I came back here, I knew I wanted to be in OVA. And I was so happy and pleased that I was able to do that. And yeah, I love it.
Tell me about your life before ceramics.
Well, this is really my second life, I always call it, because I worked in the tourist business always. I worked on cruise ships, on the sailing ships, and I was a hotel reps, and I did many trips around the world. And because I was always traveling, I couldn't do much hand building or art stuff, because you were always working on a ship or in a hotel or whatever. And I worked in Africa for a long time in a holiday park, and that was my traveling life. I left home when I was 18, and I came back when I was 32, and I met my husband. He's from Ventura, and so I knew that I wanted to be an artist in my own home studio. And I worked for that. So this is my second happy life. My favorite tool is my credit card. Not for taking the shopping, because this one costs 10 bucks and this one is always for free and it does exactly the same. So I go find it on the beach, I find some shells, other little things, and then I make an imprint on it and then I use them back in the clay. These are all shells from the beach. And then here's work from students. And I'm also firing for other people. And all my books through the years. And my glaze, make mostly my own glazes. And there's some more stuff. But it is handy when you do a workshop. Everything is here.
And your wonderful views while you're
right.
working.
Yep. This is my studio, this is my view out.